So our guest today is Sanjib Nandi, a licensed pharmacist who aims to bridge the gap between Eastern and Western medicine and to offer a holistic approach to health and vitality. With a life spanning across continents, Sanjib's journey has taken him from India to London and now to the United States, where he has developed a unique and practical approach to healing, drawing from his knowledge of psychology, physiology, pharmacology, and the mind-body connection. In his book, The Man with Zero Talent, it's an exciting tale of inspiring stories, scientific realities, and critical techniques that might unlock your full potential of your being. Sanjib is also the founder of Luvo, the first app to offer vibrational meditation, and he's also a songwriter. He wrote the lyrics for 11 songs embodying his life philosophy. So join us today as we embark on an extraordinary journey with Sanjib Nandi and possibly unlock the secrets to living a more vibrant life. Sanjib, how are you doing?
Thank you for such a pleasant introduction. I'm humbled to, hear such a kind words from you.
Oh, you're very welcome. So you started out in India.
Yes.
Were you in the big city or in the rural area? Were you inside or outside of the big city?
I was in a big city and I lived there for 26 years.
Okay.
And I finished my pharmacy schooling in India. And after finishing my pharmacy schooling, I was looking for better opportunities, and that led me to move to London. And I lived there for 5 years, and I came to United States in 2008, and I've been living here for the past 14 years.
Nice. When you're growing up, how much different is it from the life you're leading now?
When you move from one continent to the other continent, there is so much of cultural difference.
Yeah.
Like, when I was growing up, there was no cell phones, there was no laptops, the electronic gadgets were less.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it has changed a lot. Like people, spend a lot of time at home, playing, video games and stuff like that. Other than that, people are more connected in India rather in the United States, which I have, seen it. Like people go to each other's houses, invite other peoples to their houses to celebrate different occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Now it has definitely, been less. But still, the connection is more what I feel in India, and rather than it's kind of a little bit less in the United States.
It used to be you go talk to people, you go neighbor walking. You get up and you go outside and you just start going down the street. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? I'm just visiting, Now, if you do that, people think you're crazy and weird, and they're like calling the cops. This guy's strange. I'm afraid of him. And it's like, why would you be afraid of somebody who's just trying to make a connection with their neighbor? It's the person who lives right there next to you. But you know what? I think I interviewed a teenager and talked to them about the life of a teenager, 15-year-old, and I think they're figuring it out. I think the young folks are getting tired of all the disconnect, and just naturally starting to gravitate towards what we used to do, and that's go visiting. That's good. I think that's a good thing.
Yes, definitely. When you are going or meeting somebody else, there is a connection, and that improves you in different fields. Like, you are able to communicate well. You are able to express your emotions well when you are meeting somebody, and you know how to talk with other people.
That's kind of what your idea and your book is about, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. My book is about, how to come out of negativity and how to become a better version of yourself. Because if you see, most of us are struggling in some way or the other way. Like some of the people are struggling financially, some of them are struggling because of some illness, somebody is struggling because of relationship issues. So, we all have issues. But in spite of those issues, how we can become better. That is the whole point. Like if an apple tree is, growing, the main purpose of the apple tree is it wants to become as big, and it wants to have as many apples as possible. The same thing with human beings. We wanted to become the better version of what we can become. So that is about the crux of the book, that what are the things you can do in your life which will make you better every single day. You have to see your life in a holistic approach. Then only you can improve yourself.
It's tough for people to do that, because you have to confront the demons and the devils that live inside your brain. And I've always said, those are just in your brain. They're not real. You've made these things as an obstacle when there's no obstacle. And it's tough to get people to understand that.
Yes, that's the complicated thing, Paul, because we all live in our mind.
Yeah.
And, this brain is the most complicated organ in the whole universe. We are able to figure out a little bit in the last, 2 decades, but still there are so much information which we don't know about our brain. And my specialty lies talking about the brain, how our brain works, and what we can do to make our brain better. Because if you can think better, then only you can, function your life better. And if you are, thinking negatively, you cannot do better things in your life.
That's true.
So our brain is, weighs 3 pounds, and it consumes 20 to 25% of the overall energy.
Yeah.
So it's a very energy consuming, organ. So whatever, you are putting in your mouth, most of the, good energy is going to the brain. And, there are a few fun facts about our brain. The first fun fact is our brains are lazy.
Yeah.
It can be my brain, it can be your brain, or it can be anybody's else's brain. Anything which is hard or challenging, our brain tells us not to try that thing.
That's correct.
That is the role of the brain, to keep yourself in a safe environment. What you are thinking about all day long is what you are going to do it eventually.
Yeah.
Yes. It's very essential to have a control of your thought. And sometimes it becomes hard.
Yeah.
Because when I was struggling at my life, from 2013 to 2017, I was going into negativity, and I don't know what to do or how to control this restless mind. Because our mind is very restless, but very powerful at the same time. And if you are dealing with negativity, it can be any sort of negativity, and you are thinking over and over again. As you know, that we go through 60 to 70,000 thoughts, and 90% of these thoughts are the same as the day before. And most of these thoughts are negative. So if you're thinking, by repetition, negative thoughts, it's become harder to think positive.
Yeah.
And when I was struggling, I have to figure out a way. So, okay, what can I do so that, I can go towards, positivity? As I'm from Indian culture, and meditation has been, preached, nowadays all over the world.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I thought of starting meditation. And after 6 to 8 weeks, I was able to see improvements in my behavior. Like, I was calm, my mind was less reactive, and I was able to think clearly. So that led me to find the scientific reasons, what meditation do to our brain. So it's basically meditation, or in the Western culture, you can say mindfulness.
I suggest everybody learn how to meditate. And I meditate very differently. I turn the music up as loud as possible, where it's just knocking the walls over, and my mind literally shuts down, and I'm able to, even though there's this loud noise, I'm able to isolate myself from the world, and it helps me to be calm, no matter what the music is, as long as it's extremely loud. It's weird, But for me, that meditation works and it makes me feel better.
That's the whole point, Paul. You have to find the way which is helping you.
Yes.
And there is no, like strict formula. Okay, this is the way you have to do it. Like, I never learned meditation or mindfulness from anybody else. I'm a self-taught person, who learned, how to do meditation and, how it is going to help me. And once I'm able to figure it out, and once I know that it is helping me, like, you told that, music is helping you.
Yeah.
I started doing more and more. And there has been, so much of scientific information which is available, which says, meditation decreases the size and the volume of amygdala, which is the fight or the flight response, or you can say it is also the fear center or the emotional center. So once, when you are keeping yourself quiet or being mindful, once this amygdala, which is the fear center, is getting decreased by volume, then your chances of being fearful and having less anxiety is, getting less at the same time.
Yeah.
So there are so many, scientific explanation which is there. And just to give you one more explanation, what meditation or mindfulness does, like we have 4 kind of brain waves. So when we sleep, we have delta brain waves. When we wake up from the sleep, we have theta brain waves. And after 10 or 15 minutes of waking up, we have alpha brain waves. And then when we are working, like right now we are talking, we are in a beta brain waves.
Okay.
And what meditation does, it helps to switch between beta to alpha to theta. And when you are able to toggle between these 3 different brain waves, it makes it easier to calm your mind. Suppose if you wanted to go to sleep, if you are at a beta brain waves, you are thinking and thinking, you cannot sleep.
Right.
But if you are able to calm down your mind, maybe by meditation or mindfulness, but as you say that, music helps, if you are able to calm your mind, then only you can go to bed. Otherwise, you will have some kind of sleep issue.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you're also a pharmacist. So where does the pharmacist portion of this come in? You prefer meditation over medication. Is that right?
Again, it depends upon, like what kind of situation you are in. Like if you are too depressed, definitely you have to take some kind of help.
Like Zoloft, serotonin reuptake inhibitor.
Yes, something, it depends upon, like how bad you are struggling. If you need help, you have to, seek help from other people. You have to go to the doctor, you have to take the medication. But that is not the permanent fix. If you are looking for something permanent, you have to take, your life in a holistic approach. Okay, I will take this medication, whatever has been prescribed to me. But I will see, how I can change my life at the same time. And I was reading and, I have done a lot of research about exercise. Mm-hmm. And they say the best medicine for depression or anxiety is exercise.
I believe that's true. I really do. Because whenever I get back into an exercise routine, I always feel better. Always.
Same thing, Paul. Same thing, always, more energetic, more energy.
I got another question for you. Now, you say that you're a musician or just a lyricist.
I'm a lyricist.
Lyricist. Okay. Can people listen to your songs that you wrote?
Oh, yes. They can go to Spotify and they can listen to all the songs. You mentioned 11 songs, but now I have 20 songs.
Oh my gosh.
They can go to my YouTube channel, which is Luvo, Luvo Productions, and they can listen to all my songs there because I don't think that I have any special talent. The name of my book... The name of the book is The Man with Zero Talent. And Paul, I definitely believe that nobody is born talented. Means again, you have to work hard on those talents to shine.
Yes. You might have, like me, I have a predilection for conversation, but I had to practice to be able to even get to the point where I'm at now, where I'm a halfway decent interviewer. And interviewing somebody is not that easy. And it's one of those things I had to work on to be able to make it professional. And you just can't walk in and start something and pretend that you're 100% person. It doesn't work that way.
Yes, definitely. And, I can see that, your voice and the way you are talking is very nice, like it seems very professional. Because by the way you have given the introduction, I can tell that, you have learned the expertise, like, how to modulate your voice, how to be, go fast, how to be a little bit slow so that, you draw the attention of the listener.
Yeah. And it's something I had to learn. It's not something I was born with.
Yeah. So same thing, like when you are devoting your time and energy in learning something, you become better and better. And, that is the message, I wanted to put forth to your audience that, you can also become better at anything they wanted to become better. Because it's all about, learning and applying, what we have learned.
You're absolutely right. You got to work at it. You can't just walk up to the pharmacy and become a pharmacist. I hope to God not. You can.
Means it's everything. It's with, like you are doing the podcast, when I am speaking here, I have to practice, what I am talking about. Because as you say that, when I am going somewhere, I want it to be, as useful as possible.
Yeah.
Because the information what I'm giving has to be correct and it has to be useful who is listening, because otherwise, there is no point wasting my time and your time.
So you've got this book. Where is the book? Where can you find it?
So people can buy in Amazon.com. They can go to the website, if they search with the title, The Man with Zero Talent, or if they search by my name, Sanjib, Nandi, Nandi, they will be able to find in different platforms. Amazon is one of the platforms, but they will be able to find in different platforms at the same time. And, I have kept the book very reasonable. It's $9.99 for the paperback copy. So you can, anybody can buy it. And the whole purpose is that, I wanted to give a clear-cut roadmap that, okay, if you do these things, it might be helpful to change your life.
So can they get a signed copy?
For the signed copy, they have to contact me in my Facebook page, which is The Man with Zero Talent. And if they message me, then only they can get a signed copy.
Okay. I've got this interesting app. And how does that, does it use the phone's vibration capability? How does that work?
Yes. So I have an app which is called Luvo, Luvo. And you can download it from Google Play Store or App Store.
Nice.
It's free of cost. There is no subscription fee for anybody.
Okay.
And, I have divided the app into four. There is basically four sections. The first section is about meditation. The second section is about exercise. Then the third section is about water intake, because, as you know, that we drink less water. And, as we live in cold countries and, water is 70% of our brain and body.
Oh, yeah.
And if we are drinking enough water, it can decrease the chances of anxiety or depression. So that is one of the sections. Then I have sleep analysis. Like you can, use the app to, figure out, okay, how much time you are awake, your light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep. Then I have in the app, mood checks, gratitude. We have blog pages which will give you information about, what is about exercise,
Okay.
mindfulness, about cold showers. So there are different topics.
And it's completely free, no in-app purchases or anything like that.
There is no in-app purchase. And I just wanted to mention one more thing. If you download the app, you can get a link of the free book from the app only.
Oh, nice. An ebook, right?
So you don't have to buy it. You just have to download the free app. And there is a link provided. Once you copy paste the link, you can get the PDF file of the whole book.
So you're really more interested. You're not interested in making money off your book. You're interested in helping people with your book.
Paul, as you know that you are around 47 or 48, I am around 45. Life is not all about money. When I was young, definitely I wanted to be, rich and famous. But, at this age, whether money will give me more happiness, definitely no. What gives me more happiness is, how can I help others? And when I was struggling in my life, I don't know what to do. So when I have found, okay, these are the things which is helping me, I wanted to put forth to the other people. And, if they might take, one or few points from that book, and that is the whole point.
Yeah.
It's not about, I wanted to sell, so many copies. Everything is free, like free book. You can download the free app and, see what is, helping you. That is the whole point. As you have mentioned before, that not everything applies to, everyone.
Right.
Like it might have, helped me, but, it might not help you. But, there are so many good things which I have written in the book and which is there in the app too, which might be helpful.